Camera rolling. It's Nikos living. Oh my God. My old intro used to be, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Nikos baby. You already know. And now it's Nikos living. Nikos living has taken over. Damn, what a life. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adenike Adeleke, as known as Nikos baby, as known as Nikos living. So today I decided to do a Q&A, question and answer, because everybody has been asking me so many questions and I feel like everybody's so curious. I've done one before, but you guys know, well, those of you who don't know, I've been mainly on TikTok and Instagram posting my short vlogs. It's usually 3 to 7 minutes. Actually, 7 minutes is long for Instagram and TikTok, but people have been watching it and it's been doing really good. I used to be on YouTube, but YouTube was just so much work for me. And now I'm trying to get back because obviously I have to be an adult now. And plus, to be honest, I want to get the YouTube bag. But no, okay, so let's get right into it. I have some questions from my supporters that I want to answer. So let's do it. Okay, so let's just get right into the questions. There's so many questions. I'm like, you guys are nosy, but I love it. I'm a little nosy too. So I have my little cute Nikos living cards. Okay, so let's get right into it. This is gonna be at random. Let's answer the first question. How do you make friends and do you accept new friends? This is actually such an interesting question because I feel like I am very outgoing, but I am also to myself. Because I've had situations in the past where my friends didn't really like me and it scarred me because I feel like I do the most. I love so hard, so I have to protect my heart. And the people that I've been friends with in the past, I always found out at the end that they end up not really liking me. I feel like they wanted to be my friend, but they didn't really like me. So it's so funny because people always think that I'm the really, really outgoing one, and I actually watch Sade and I'm like, I wish I could just make friends the way she does, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest, I'm scared. It's just so hard to know, I don't know, I'm scared. So I do have 3 friends and they're all over the world. And also I'm also very weird. Like I said, I am outgoing, but I'm really to myself. People don't know that I spend a lot of time alone. I'm my own best friend. And it is kind of bad, it's bittersweet because I feel like I'm protecting myself, but I also want to let people in, but it's so hard, you guys. But I do love people. And then I also love genuine connections. If I just randomly meet someone, I can feel right away if we connect. I'm learning to follow my intuition because I feel like when I was friends with people in the past, it's in my head, I used to know damn, this person doesn't really like me. And then because of the way they would treat me, but then I would just be like, whatever. But now I'm learning to set healthy boundaries. And the friends that I do have are kind of like me also. They're not high maintenance. They're not gonna get mad if I don't text them back because they know how I am. I don't text. My phone stays on D&D. I'll be so far in my head. I'm so worried about myself and Nikos living and just my life that my friends understand. And when we do talk, we end up talking for hours, catching up. That's the type of friendships that I like. And friends that I can send memes to all day, because it's so crazy because it's I could be on my phone all day sending memes and then you can text me. I don't even open my text app. That's so crazy. But yeah, I am open to having new friends. I just want it to be genuine and I really have to be careful. This is a funny question. How is it like being an Adeleke? Whew, it's amazing, honestly. Not too long ago, my sister, Full as Fab, shout out to her, she tweeted and was like, if I die, I want to come back as an Adeleke. And some people thought she meant because she's from a wealthy family, but it's really because of the vibe. You guys, the vibe of my family is so lit. I really couldn't ask for a better family. Of course, we have our ups and downs, normal family drama, especially being from a big family, but when it comes to having each other's backs, we have each other's backs. And we're very close, literally from birth. Most of our, I have a lot of cousins and we grew up down the street from each other. If you guys watch my dad tag on YouTube, you saw me talk about this with my dad. We all grew up down the street from each other. in Lagos, in Ikeja. We all went to the same school. We all did the same sports together. We did swimming lessons together. We did skating together. So my family's just always installed in that closeness to us. Next, this is supposed to be simple, but it's kind of hard for me. What's your favorite color? You guys, I don't have a favorite color. I'm so weird, and okay, I'm gonna stop calling myself weird, but I'm very indecisive. Like this month, but one color that will always be my favorite color is black, because you can't go wrong with black. And when I wear shoes, it's mostly black shoes. So yeah, I think I'll go with black. Black is my favorite color. I do love a green though, in a lot of different shades. And it's so crazy because I don't know why growing up when I was on the bigger side, I used to think purple was a fat color. Why would I think that? Maybe because of Barney. Like I used to feel like if I wore purple, I looked like Barney. Now, I actually wore purple the other day with my orange hair, and I was like, damn, I look good in that deep purple. But yeah, black is my favorite color. How old are you? I'm 29. I don't feel like 29, it's so weird. Sometimes I'm like, am I ever gonna feel like my age? Because I really don't feel like 29. Like, I feel like how I still felt when I was 24. Like nothing has changed. I don't think, cause my dad is like 60 something and he probably still feels like he's 29 because, you know, he's so lively and young. And it's so crazy cause like my mom and my dad, I'm just so blessed to have parents that both of them just have like this lively personality and they're so funny, they're so sweet. I could tell my mom and my dad anything, like they're like the best parents ever. Shout out to y'all, love you. Okay, people keep asking me this question. How come you and the video of you and Jiggy in 23 didn't make it in 2024? What? Okay, people keep thinking I met Jiggy in 2023. And it's like, okay, yeah, I did meet him in 2023, but we weren't close in 2023. Like David just brought him to my birthday party in 2023. And I saw him, it's so crazy because I was a fan of Extra Cool and I didn't even know he sang the song. Like, it was my favorite song. Everybody knew, like, on Snapchat and Instagram, I was singing that song so much. And then, it's so crazy because I will never forget, on my 28th birthday, I was walking into my birthday dinner, and I was literally texting my sister, like, tell them to play Extra Cool when I'm walking in. And then she didn't see the text, and then when I walked in, they didn't play the song. Then later, David told me that he's the one that sang Extra Cool, and I was like, oh my God, so embarrassing. Like, I don't know why I felt like that was embarrassing. I was like, if they played Extra Cool walking in, it would be like, oh my goodness, he's such a fan. But whatever, yeah. I have not known him since 2023. We reconnected in 2024. That answers you guys' question. Because a lot of people ask that question. I'm like, you guys really be digging. Because in 2023, when I posted my birthday recap, he was just sitting next to David. But I think that's around the time they released the songs together. So they were just meeting up or whatever. And David just invited him to my birthday because David just invite everybody. Like, okay. Are you ever going to do a meet and greet in NYC, New York City? We love you, girl. It's so crazy because back in my YouTube days, I did a meet and greet in New York City. It was so nice, you guys, back then. And it's so crazy because I'm just so thankful because I remember back when I used to do YouTube, I had a meet and greet in 2016, and you guys, I did not think anyone was gonna show up. And when I did the meet and greet, it was literally, like, I'm not even exaggerating, the whole room was packed, and like, it was a line out the door. And I did like a live makeup show. Oh my God, you guys, I can't even believe what I wore. My wig was like all the way back. I did makeup and the building was so hot and I was sweating while doing my makeup, but everybody there was just so sweet. I could tell that they genuinely loved me because I was panicking. I was like doing my makeup and I was sweating and they were just still looking at me. I could just tell like they just wanted to be there and spend time with me. So I love that. And I can't wait to do another meet and greet for Nikos Living. But duh, I'm gonna come to NYC. NYC always shows me so much love. So definitely we'll do a meet and greet in NYC. I hope that I'm fortunate enough to meet everybody all over the world. Like, it's been so crazy lately because everywhere I've been traveling, people know Nikos Living, and I'm so thankful. I love that for me. Would you ever go back to vlogging on YouTube? Those little 5-minute clips on Instagram and TikTok ain't enough. Everybody says this to me, and yes, I'm definitely gonna go back to vlogging on YouTube. That's why I'm back now, because y'all, I need to do this and I need to show myself I could be consistent. And I promise, that's why I started vlogging on Instagram and TikTok, because I just needed something that wasn't gonna be so overwhelming. And when I started YouTube the first time, you guys, I was in college. It took me 6 years to graduate college. My dad was mad at me and I just had to stop YouTube. And then I just never could get back in it and get it consistent. And now that, you know, I've built a larger audience and I feel more confident. You guys, I used to overthink so bad. Like, I would post, and there's one video that I actually posted on YouTube a long time ago when I wanted to be a director and I started a show. I did like a series of like college students and stuff, like in us acting. And I felt so cringe about it that I deleted it. And I was so sad. And I remember my grandfather calling me and is like, Nika, why would you delete that? By the way, rest in peace to my grandfather. He was my biggest supporter. But yeah, so now I'm just like, dang. And I also used to delete videos if I felt like I looked fat. Like, I was just so obsessed with what people thought of me. And it hindered my growth. When I decided not to give a fuck, everything took off for me. And you know, I'm trying to keep that same energy because I'm not gonna lie, like there's a lot of negative stuff and people comment, people are always gonna have something to say, but I just have to ignore it. I am obsessed with reading comments, but I'm working on that. Yeah. Nika, please give us a clothing haul. I definitely will. I'll give y'all whatever y'all want, really. Because y'all showed so much love, you deserve it. You deserve all the Nikos you can get. And I'm trying to give y'all, you know, some vitamin Nikos. I'm trying to give y'all all the doses you need. So yes, definitely I will do a clothing haul and so much more. What advice would you give someone discovering themselves without support? Wow, this is actually a good question. And it's also a deep question, actually, because let me just be honest, you guys, I have not always had support. When I was in college trying to do YouTube, my dad was not supporting me. He was like, you better go on, face your studies. I had to start, like, what I have to say is that one thing about me is nobody has ever believed in me the way I believe in myself. Like, it's never been possible and it will never be enough for me. But one thing I had to do was just say, F what people think and do me. Like I said, that's the best thing I ever did. Like, I spent so long looking for my family's support and I wasn't getting it, and it definitely hindered my success. So my advice would be, don't care what people think about you. Keep going, do what you have to do and work with what you have to work. I know a lot of people just think like, oh, I'm some rich girl. No, when I was in college, my family cut me off because I was not graduating fast enough. Let me just be real with y'all. My family, you know, if you know my family, they don't play that. They're like, oh, you're not doing what we told you to do? Allowance, 0. So, but that built me and made me who I am today because it made me start my wig business. It made me start YouTube. I was getting my YouTube checks. I was making money from my wig business. I started my clothing line, BN Clothing. So all these things that you think are holding you back is really gonna put you a step further because you get to build that work ethic. I know I say I live for a living, but you guys, come on. Like, I got here because of me. Shout out to me. Like, let's just be real, because I definitely put in the work and for years. And it's so funny because when Nikos Living started blowing up on TikTok and Instagram, I remember talking to my brother B-Red and I was just happy and thankful and I just couldn't believe it. He was like, Nika, what are you talking about? Like, you've been working towards this for literally 10 years. Like, don't you remember your first meet and greet? Don't you remember all the things you've been doing? You've really been hustling for all this time. So I would just say, never stop, keep believing in yourself, because you're gonna get your final break one day and you're gonna get the recognition that you want as long as you can be consistent. All I was ever missing was consistency in my life, in everything that I did. So yeah, if you feel like you don't have support, there's just, you know, you just have to figure it out, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, I had to fend for myself for a while. I feel like just this year, I felt like I'm just now getting the recognition that I've always felt like I deserve. Like, to be honest, I feel like y'all just catching on because I've been thought I was lit. Like, I've always had that confidence. I always knew, like, it's so crazy because I've had influencer friends that were more popular than me. I've had people that always tried to give me advice. That's why when people ask me for advice, I'm like, there's nothing I could really tell you because you just have to want it for yourself. You have to find your niche and you have to go for it. Because I saw this vlogger, Anna Paul, I used to love her so much. And she used to do voiceovers. And one day I was like, I can do that. But I was First, I started posting vlogs with just music and not talking because I felt like my voice was cringe. But then When I started doing voiceovers, I literally had to, when I start posting my first vlogs, I literally posted the vlogs and would shut my phone off and force myself to sleep. Like there was one time I posted my first vlog, I remember I took melatonin because I'm like, I need to be in a deep sleep to make sure I don't delete this vlog because it was so cringe for me to hear my voice. So, am I getting off subject? I forced myself to post my content and it went from 5,000 views to 10,000 views to 20,000 views to 100,000 views to now my views are in the millions, you know what I'm saying? And I was able to build a community. So yeah, actually, shout out to me, shout out to Nikos because you really did this, okay? A lot of people think that I had so much support. No. One thing I learned about family and friends, you have to put in the work. It's unfortunate and it hurts because it's like when you're doing stuff, you want that support from your family and from your friends. But I just learned that just do better and show them that, you know, oh shoot, this is like, when I started being consistent with my vlogs, they were like, oh, this girl is serious. Like my family started posting it, David started posting all my vlogs and they really helped. My brothers, my family started helping. Like they started showing support, which helped. So all I say is go for it, be consistent and they'll catch on. They'll see the vision. Like I said, they ain't believe in me at first, but now Nikos is what? Living, period. How do you discover someone trying to use you, or how do you decipher someone trying to use you or get close to you to be friends with David O? To be honest, it's easy, I could tell. Like, if you're meeting me and all you're asking me is questions about David O, okay, you wanna meet him so bad, like, no. Do you plan on continuing your clothing brand or your Nick's Wigs brand? Oh, that's nice that you remembered Nick's Wigs. Yes, I do plan on, you know, bringing back my clothing and my wig brand, but let's just be honest, you guys. My whole motto is living for a living, and I don't want to work. Like, I've decided that I don't want to work. When I get to a point that I build a big enough team that, you know, I don't have to do so much work. Y'all, I was blood, sweat, and tears dyeing these wigs. I was making good money, but I was dyeing wigs, curling them, shipping them out, and like, it's a lot when you're alone. And then, for example, if you send your wig out and the color is wrong or something like that, there's trouble, there's somebody who wants a refund. I was like, no, I don't have time with that. And then, with my clothing brand, the reason why I stopped my clothing brand was because I just felt like the clothes I was selling, I didn't like. Let's just be honest. I was shopping wholesale and I just felt like all the boutiques I would see were selling the same thing. And I could tell that we're all shopping from the same place. And I was like, if I ever start my clothing line back, I'm gonna be manufacturing it myself. I'm gonna be picking the material. I'm gonna be making the designs, everything. Because I just felt like the clothes I was selling, it wasn't giving my style. So I wasn't enjoying it that much, so I stopped. And then I felt like, I came to the realization that everything I'm good at, I don't have to pursue, I don't have to do, I don't have to make money from. That's why I just want to live for a living, because that's another question. Somebody asked, what is living for a living? Hey guys, thank you for watching Nikos Living on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. Go to part 2. Mwah.